New York lawmakers proposing to redraw the map of congressional districts in the state.
So the map would favor Democrats and could lead to some Republicans, like Staten Island Congresswoman Nicole Malliotakis, to be voted out. Fox 5's Morgan Mackay is live now in the newsroom with details for us. Morgan.
Stephen, Lori, New York Democrats are proposing new congressional district lines that will give them a huge advantage in this year's midterm elections. But what does that all mean? You, the voter, could have someone different representing you in Congress this next year, not because you moved or voted for someone different, but because the legislature changed the district you live in. It's a political process in New York that has stayed, well, political. When Republicans controlled the Senate and Democrats controlled the Assembly in 2012, the drawing of new congressional district lines fell on a judge after the two parties couldn't agree. In an effort to change the process, a constitutional amendment was passed by voters that gave the power to draw these new maps to a bipartisan commission. But this commission also failed to agree, which means Democrats, which control both houses, now have the power to draw their own maps.
The maps that came out last night are gerrymandered. There's no doubt about it. The courts have never ruled that gerrymandering was unconstitutional. The question is, how far can you go?
The new maps could result in Democrats picking up as many as 3 more seats, which could put a few Republicans at risk. Republican Congresswoman Nicole Malliotakis, who represents the 11th congressional district, would see her district expand to include 2 more liberal areas, Park Slope and Sunset Park.
They know they cannot beat me on merit, and so they are trying to reconfigure the district to tilt the scale to give them an advantage and to also take away the voice of the people that currently reside in this district.
Max Rose, who is running as a Democratic candidate for the seat, says he is not worried about the new lines. His mission remains the same. Deputy Senate Majority Leader Mike Gianaris, who played a large role in crafting these new maps, says they work to be as fair as possible.
There was a time not that long ago when there was a district that was Staten Island, Bay Ridge, Sunset Park, and surrounding neighborhoods, and that's exactly what we did. So we're honoring a historical interpretation of what this district should look like.
Chairman of the Republican Party, Nick Langworthy, however, disagreed, saying this is another example of one-party rule in New York.
It's a blatant gerrymander. It's hyper-partisan, and the people of this state need to reject it. We're going to go to court.
So these maps will affect this year's primary, which means lawmakers are acting fast. They will be voting on these congressional maps on Wednesday and new Senate and Assembly district maps, which are supposed to be released sometime tonight with the goal of voting on those on Thursday. Stephen, Lori.
All right, Morgan, thank you.